Hey everybody, Shaun Hadsall. I am doing a marathon of live videos today, so if you're scrolling through your feed, stop and pay close attention to this. I'm going to provide you a ton of tips inside this video. We're going to talk about the number one food to eat in order to quickly lose belly fat. And I think this is the most underutilized and consumed food when people are trying to lose weight and get in the best shape of their life. Now, if you're scrolling through your feed and you're watching this, drop a comment below. Let us know your name, where you're from. And I want to introduce myself. If you're not familiar with me, I'm a stubborn fat expert. My name is Shaun Hadsall. I'm the owner of Get Lean in 12, an online community that has reached over 100,000 people in the last 5 years alone. I'm also a grandpa to 3 beautiful grandkids. So my wife Karen and I have 3 grandchildren and 1 more on the way next month. And people always ask us how we look so much younger than our real age. And the reason why is because of the tips I'm going to share in this video and a 12-minute metabolic protocol that you'll find inside a system that I've created. You'll see the link somewhere around this video. And this 12-minute protocol is specifically designed for the metabolism of people over 35 years old. So workouts like CrossFit and P90X and Insanity, these are all very effective workouts. There's no doubt about it. All you have to do is look at the results of the people who do them. But they're also designed for younger people. So if you're over 35 years old, you must move differently than younger people based on your current hormonal condition. And this 12-minute metabolic protocol that I'm going to share with you inside the system that I've created is going to show you how you can get all the results that you would ever need to quickly lose more belly fat in 12 minutes a day, either when you wake up or before going to bed a few times of the week. So let's talk about the number one food to eat in order to quickly lose belly fat. And like I mentioned, after working with hundreds of private clients over the years, this is the one food that I see people underconsume, and that is protein. So I have 5 different benefits of increasing your protein intake here, and I'm going to make some claims. I'm going to substantiate those claims with peer-reviewed published studies, and I'll post them in the comments. I'll also post progress pictures of me over a 10-year period showing how I've used this 12-minute metabolic protocol to maintain 10% or lower body fat for well over 10 years now. So first thing that more protein intake will do is boost your metabolism. So there's studies and research that shows that when you diet, if you increase protein intake, you prevent metabolic slowdown. A perfect example is the Biggest Loser show, the reality TV show. New York Times published an article on the season 8 winners or contestants of that particular season. And what they found out years later was that all of them gained all or more of the weight back that they lost on the show. And the reason why is because of metabolic slowdown. And so now, every day when they wake up, their metabolism is burning about 300 to 500 calories less per day than it used to because of the extreme dieting and exercise methods used. But by increasing protein intake, you can boost your metabolic rate and prevent this from happening. Number 2, extra protein intake will help reduce hunger. It particularly helps regulate a hormone called ghrelin, which is just, it controls whether or not you're hungry. So when you get a hunger pang or you feel hunger, that's a sign that you're releasing more ghrelin. And what you can do by eating more protein, you can get more control of this. And there's even research that shows that extra protein intake can reduce nighttime cravings. So what I'll do is there's a graph I want to show you, and I'll post an image of the graph in the comments section below that will show you the difference in people who eat more protein and how it reduced their nighttime cravings. The third thing is it burns more calories because of the thermic effect. So your body burns more calories digesting protein than it does digesting carbs and fat. You get about a 30% more calorie burn by digesting protein than you do carbs and fat. So simply by increasing your protein intake, you increase the thermic effect of food to help you burn more calories. The other thing it does is help you lose more, or help you prevent muscle loss, and lose more weight. So the people who increase their protein intake show that people who increase it to about 30% of their total diet lose more weight than people who don't. So people who don't have adequate protein intake have a harder time losing weight. And the last thing it does is it prevents muscle loss. And this is so important because when we diet and we try to lose belly fat, it puts our muscle at risk, and a lot of times we'll lose muscle. But by increasing your protein intake, you prevent muscle loss, and you can actually build more lean muscle. Now, the key is getting the right types of protein, and this is where people make a big mistake because they treat foods like nuts and nut butters, foods like cheese and yogurt as protein sources. Now, Greek yogurt's an exception to the rule because it has a higher protein intake. But if you simply look at the label of raw nuts or nut butters or raw cheese or regular yogurt, you're gonna find that the fats in the nuts, the nut butters, and the cheese is much higher than the protein. So this is actually just a friendly fat source. The extra protein intake is just a bonus side effect, but you shouldn't be relying on these foods as a protein source. The same thing goes for cheese. If you look at a label on cheese, you'll notice it has a lot more fat and sometimes even more carbs than protein, and then most yogurts are the same way as well. In fact, if you look at fat-free yogurt, it has about 6 teaspoons of sugar dumped into it because they remove the fat and they have to sweeten it up with sugar. And then if you look at the labels of even light or low sugar yogurts, you'll see they have more carbohydrates than they do protein, so it's not really a protein intake. You're much better off sticking with animal proteins, poultry, fish, obviously grass-fed beef, eggs, turkey. These are the types of protein sources that are going to give you all these effects, not these. So hopefully you got a lot out of this video. If you have a question, drop it below. We'll try to answer it for you. Make sure you hit the like and love button and share this. And then don't forget to click the link somewhere around this video where I'll introduce you to my innovative system called the Over 40 Absolution, where you'll be introduced to the 12-minute metabolic protocol that I was talking about earlier. That's helped me maintain under 10% body fat or near 10% body fat for over 10 years. Again, the pictures will be below. And then you'll also learn all about my wife, Karen. She's 11 years older than me, and she's got a very inspiring transformation story that I think you'll relate to, especially if you're over 35 years old. She was diagnosed with colorectal cancer after we first got married, and it forced her body into early menopause. And so she stored a lot of excess upper belly fat because her hormones were all out of whack from the menopause. So this 12-minute metabolic trick and the information inside the system that you'll find when you click the link around this video will share with you exactly how Karen got rid of her menopause belly, and you'll see her after photos and why she looks like 15 to 20 years younger than her real age. So thanks for watching this, and keep going strong.